Hey everybody, welcome back. Thanks again for coming to the channel. Today we're going to start lesson 3. In the last session, we really just had a very basic conversation about how many people can play Bukharo and how many decks of cards you would need for that number of people. Today we're going to actually talk about the game a little bit and one of the core concepts, which I like to refer to as runs and sets. Now, why is this important? Well, in Bukharo, like with a lot of other card games, the player or team with the highest score at the end of the game wins. And for this game, one method of scoring is to play sets and or runs during your turn. Now, what exactly are sets and runs? Well, let's start with sets. A set is a collection of 3 or more cards of the same value. Now, this could be any set. For example, you could have a 4 of clubs, a 4 of clubs, and a 4 of diamonds, or a 6 of clubs and a 6 of diamonds and another 6 of diamonds, or something like that. Or maybe a king of diamonds, a king of spades, and a king of hearts. Now, one caveat to the standard rules is that only threes and aces can be played as sets. Threes are considered the lowest card in the sequence of two to ace, and aces are considered the highest. Twos have a special consideration, which I'll go over in the next lesson. So, for example, here, one valid or legitimate set of 3 cards would be a 3 of spades, a 3 of hearts, and a 3 of diamonds, which is what's shown on the slides. Now, a different combination of cards is known as a run. Sometimes I like to call it a sequence. And a run is a collection of 3 or more cards of the same suit in consecutive order. For example, as I've given here, a king, a queen, and a jack of clubs. Now, this could be a combination of 4 cards, or 5 cards, or 6 cards. For example, an ace of hearts, a 2 of hearts, a 3 of hearts, a 4 of hearts, a 5 of hearts, and a 6 of hearts would be totally a valid run. Again, the 2 has a special consideration, and we'll talk about it a little bit more. But let me start with a quiz right here, because I want to make sure that this kind of gets hammered home because it's a really important part of Bukharo, and understanding what are valid runs and sets is a critical part of the game. So I've created a whole bunch of, if we go back to our little card interface here, I've created a whole bunch of, I guess you could call them quiz questions, so that you can take a look at them and figure out for yourself whether or not you understand why it's a set or a run and whether or not it's valid. So let's take a look at this. Is this a valid set or a run? Take a second. It is. It's actually a normal combination of 3 cards, queen, jack, 10 of diamonds. Everything looks fine. This is a completely valid run. Let's go to the next one. Here we have 4 aces, ace of clubs, another ace of clubs, an ace of diamonds, and an ace of spades. Is this a valid combination? Absolutely. This is a valid combination for a set. You have 4 cards of the same, and even for the standard rules, it's the same number, same value. So you have 4 aces. Aces and threes are valid. We're good. Let's go to the next one. Here we have 2 cards in sequence, a 5 and a 4 of spades. That's totally good, right? Or is it? What do you think? This is actually not a valid run. The reason being, you need to have 3 or more cards in a run to make it valid. So although if the 5 and the 4 are the same suit, we need to have another card. For example, we need a 6 of spades or a 3 of spades for this to be a valid run. Let's go to the next one. Here we have a jack of spades, 10 of spades, 9 of clubs, 8 of spades, 7 of spades. Looks like we got the numbers correct, but this is not a valid run. The reason being, you have that 9 of clubs in there. 9 of clubs is not the same suit as the rest of the cards in this combination, so we can't let it be a valid run. So keep that in mind for when you're playing Bukharo. Here's another one. It's 3 4s. You have a 4 of diamonds, a 4 of spades, excuse me, a 4 of hearts, and a 4 of clubs. Is this a valid set? Actually, for the standard rules, no. And the reason being, we mentioned that a little bit before, standard rules only allow threes and aces to be played as sets. Let's go to the next one. Jack 9 7 5. So here you got all cards of the same suit, but this is not a valid sequence because you don't have consecutive order. It's kind of nice, you have every other number. You don't have a 10, you don't have an 8, you don't have a 6, but you have the 11, 9, 7, and 5, but it doesn't count. You need to have them in consecutive order for the combination to be valid. All right, one last example here. We have a 7, a 6, a 2, a 4, and a 3. The 7, 6, 4, and 3 are the same suit, and the 2 is a spades. So this looks pretty shady right here, and I'm going to say it's not a valid collection. It's not a valid run. In this case, I'd actually be wrong. And that goes back to what I was mentioning before, that the 2 gets special consideration. In Bukharo, a 2 is considered a joker. And in the next lesson, we're going to go into a little bit more detail about what jokers are and how they can be played in Bukharo. All right, I hope you did pretty well on that quiz. I hope it makes sense why each of the sets and runs were correct or incorrect. But thank you again for watching. If you've got questions, please leave them in the comments here, and I will get back to you as quickly as I can. Now, again, if you are interested, we do have a game on the App Store, Play Bukharo. The link, the QR code is provided here, and I'll provide a link in the notes. And if you get tired of my voice, or if these these lessons are too long, and you'd like to read something and see something a little bit more visual, feel free to download the ebook or buy the ebook on Amazon. The link is also provided here, and I'll put the link in the notes as well. Thank you again for watching. In the next lesson, we're going to talk a little bit more about jokers. I hope you have a fantastic day, and I'll see you next time.